Hello there and welcome back to the final part of this evening's programme. Now let's take a look at this. Kelli-Leigh, you may not have heard of her before, but you've definitely heard her voice. Well, we hear her talk about what it's like to be one of the most well-recognised voices in modern dance music, but whose name has barely been heard until now. That, of course, because she will be performing at Team GB Homecoming, a night filled with live music performances to celebrate the return of our Olympic athletes. Karis has more.
I'm so excited. I mean, I find the Olympics deeply inspiring, I think, as many people do. And we've been watching, my husband and I have been watching this year's, and just so much passion and determination and resilience that these athletes go through to even get to the Olympics. But yeah, I absolutely love it. So to be able to sing at the homecoming show, you know, it's really exciting and sort of resonates with me about my own journey in the music industry as well, my own resilience. So it feels really inspiring.
In terms of the performance, how is it going to work? Are you going to be doing a solo or will you be performing with another artist?
I will be solo, but there will be some special people joining me. So I think that's all I'm allowed to say.
I see. Well, let's talk a little bit about you now. I mean, you've featured in so many incredibly popular songs with artists like Jax Jones and Duke Dumont. But you've also spoken openly on TikTok about the fact that not a lot of people realize that that's your voice in those songs. Can you tell me about what that's been like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I sung those records. It's actually 10 years ago this year that I sang I Got You for Duke Dumont, Jax Jones, which went to #1. I Want to Feel for Second City, which went to #1. Love Too Deep for Eric Don Redondo, that went top 40. And I've spent these last 10 years really trying to get people to recognise that's me and that's my voice, and through my shows and being an independent artist and putting out my own music. And yeah, it's been highs and lows, but one thing that's always been really special is that when people have realised I've sung those records, they're like, you know, they tell me about the memories that those songs created for them, and that's been really nice, and those people have become fans of my music. So yeah, it's been a real journey, and it's felt really special this year that it feels like my name is finally cutting through. I just had my first ever solo playlisted record on Radio 1 with Unconditional, which I'd released independently, and now doing the, you know, GB Homecoming performance. It feels like, you know, things are finally happening.
So do you think that this is quite a common issue then within dance music?
It's a really common issue. I mean, there's all these situations and examples where singers are just being treated kind of like second-class citizens to the music that they're involved in. And that's been, you know, really disappointing. There are definitely few vocal artists, I suppose it was around 8 out of 10 had something to say, and then, you know, the rest had kind of like a little bit of a smooth journey, but then they've also seen in their journey the way other vocal artists have been treated. So I just think it's been normalised for so long that voices in dance music in particular haven't warranted, from the industry, from like label backing, all that kind of stuff, haven't had the same kind of respect. I think it's started happening probably like the end of the 90s and early noughties, because we'd have, you know, icons like Whitney, and it was about the vocal artist. Then it suddenly sort of became about the DJ, and then that kind of just got very normalized. And don't get me wrong, what I talk about a lot on my podcast is I absolutely love DJs. I love producers. They are incredible, and what they do for dance music is insane. But at the same time, what we as vocal artists in electronic music do for dance music is also insane. And it's like, it should just be mutual respect. And I think a lot of misogyny also plays into that in this business.
How does the music industry go about solving this issue? I mean, what do you think needs to be done?
It's having those outside people with positions of power and playlisters to actually go, oh no, we're going to look at actually championing the vocals in dance. You know, a few years back, Spotify, the playlister that used to be there, she started putting female vocal artists on the covers of the dance playlists, which was really huge because a lot of the time, like if you sang someone's record and even if your name was on it, if that DJ producer got a cover, you wouldn't be on it. And she was really, you know, focused on making sure that if there was a feature that she would add our faces to those covers. And that actually made a really big industry shift because lots of labels and stuff started going, oh, okay, so actually the vocal artist is now important. And she was even in the mindset, if their name's on it and you're not gonna send me their press photo to be on the cover, then I don't really want to necessarily champion just a DJ. And so it was those small movements, and like Apple have been a massive supporter of me since like 2020. I think they started playlisting my records, and it's these people that start going, no, we see your value and we're gonna then back you and support you, because that's all you can really hope for, is just people opening the door for you.
So you're performing at Team GB Homecoming on Saturday, but then after that, do you have any exciting projects in the works?
I do. I've got my next single ready to go, and should hopefully have that out end of this month. So literally just doing some paperwork bits on that right now, but it's sounding wicked. I'm really excited. I'm performing at Capital Dance Ibiza at the end of the month, going back to Ibiza to do that show. And yeah, it's moving on in quite an exciting way. So I'm really excited for this next record to drop. And hopefully, yeah, you should be seeing and hearing a lot more of me.
There you have it, Kelli-Leigh there. Make sure you tune into her performance at Team GB Homecoming on Saturday night. Right, finally some